Let's cue up Chris Meyer from Maxxis. Chris, are you there? All right, Chris is here. Chris, we've talked many times about sponsorships, and there's some new racers on the call that haven't heard some of the stuff we talked about in the past, but instead of going for an hour and 45 minutes like the past, we got 10 minutes. Is Maxxis looking for new teams? And if so, what are you looking for? And how do I get aboard your team if I'm really good in winning races?
I would say we're always looking for new teams. We're always looking for new opportunities. I think you are not doing your due diligence if as a company, if you aren't aware of everything going on, and who's kind of up and coming and who's entered a space that wasn't there before. So yes, we're looking. I think bringing more than just the professional race program to the table. I'm sure others have mentioned this more than once, but additional marketing value, making things easier for us, turnkey asset packages that make it easier for us to promote our relationship with you. There's a lot of ways to bring value to the table outside of your results. And then as just listening to the previous caller, a schedule, a season schedule that hits some of these high impact events that have a long tail to them, that get a lot of residual impressions is a key piece.
That is interesting. Yeah, because you're right. It's more than just racing and winning races. It's understanding the media structure, the media schedule, understanding where brand wants to be and when the brand wants to be there. What does a sponsorship package for Maxxis look like? Is it tires? Is it cash? Is it marketing? Is it everything?
It's somewhat segment or race specific to the series. If we look at short course, the tire package and the tire service that it takes in that space often eats up the majority of the offering. It's a lot of money to support in just product and race services at the race. And some other disciplines, the investment in product is not quite as heavy. If you look at moto or bike or some of our other spots. So we definitely take the approach of let's use every angle we can to bring value to our partners that we're sponsoring, because a sponsorship should be a business partnership where you're both elevating each other and bringing value to each other. So if that's working well, you're dipping into maybe a marketing bucket for something that's on brand for a racer and maybe a little video spot or something. You're dipping into obviously the product and pay for performance type incentive bonuses and things. And then of course, if the opportunity is right and the value's there, there's always a salary that can come into play as well. So there's a lot of ways you can stack that up and create a decent amount of value.
So how is it that you find brand ambassadors and representatives? Are you looking for them? Are they coming to you? Are they sending you a deck? Are they reaching out through social media? Is there an email? Or do you notice that they're on the podium all the time, so you approach them? What's the process of you selecting your brand ambassadors?
I would say we've, in the years that I've been with Maxxis, there's been each of those examples you gave. There's been a little bit. I've seen them come in all different ways. And so I wouldn't say there's any approach that's wrong, but the ones that move along the quickest, typically either there's already some decent brand name value in an athlete, or they come with a referral from someone in the industry that we respect. And that matters a lot. And so not burning bridges, being taking the time after a race or at an event to talk to people, stepping outside of your comfort zone, and really building that network within the space that you want to compete in is so clutch. You never know when down the road one of those is going to pay off in a situation that may not even be available in a given year. So I think networking and referrals is big, and then the more traditional application process and taking that seriously carries a good bit of weight. We definitely notice when a properly put together racer resume and proposal comes in.
The cross promotion of you have a driver in off-road that drives a pickup truck, that races a motorcycle, that has a bicycle, because you have tires for all those different applications. Real quick, we got 1 minute left. Does a driver or an athlete that competes in multiple venues or use multiple products get advantage, or kind of does their deck move up higher on the list, or their proposal higher on the list when you're selecting teams?
I'd say it definitely catches our eye for sure, because there's a limited set of people that can do those things at a decent level. So if you look, there's only one Jeremy McGrath that has that level of brand recognition and is that credible on a bicycle, on a dirt bike, has championships in four wheels. So if there are other things that you're passionate about that we make products for, by all means, let us know.
Right on.
Because that's a more well-rounded package to promote us and the lifestyle we support.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you once again. Anybody wants more information on Maxxis? Chris and I have had several conversations in the past. They're recorded. They're in my library. I think this is the third or fourth time that you're up, and we probably have a good 2 hours worth of conversations. So it really goes in depth. This was speed dating, sponsor speed dating. Thank you.
Love it.